Hello, everyone. Welcome again. Russian Women's Day. What is it? I'm an American living in Moscow. I've been here since 8 days before the special military operation. So I'm learning about this place, learning about the holidays, and I'm wondering, what is Russian Women's Day? Is it like Mother's Day? Is it like Valentine's Day? Is it international? Is it something else? And for this live stream for you guys, I have a few different Slavic women. They're going to come on, they're going to take turns, and we're going to ask them questions. I'll ask them questions. You are sending me questions for them right now, and we'll just have a good time and learn what this holiday is about. Maybe you're a Russian and you're wondering, what do Westerners think of us? Or maybe you're a Westerner and you're thinking, what is Russia like? Which I think is great news if you are. And perhaps it's even worse than that. Perhaps you're thinking maybe you will live here one day. According to the Western mainstream media, of course, I don't think it's worse. So without further ado, welcome to Expat American. I am the Expat American. And here we go with our first Slavic female. Hello, madam.
Hello, international friends of Joseph.
So, I love your Russian accent.
Should I continue? Should I opt for Slavic accent, or should I more or less speak proper English?
Well, this is a good question. Actually, I'm wondering: are you just faking, or might you sound like this if you don't try?
The thing is that I've never ever been in an English-speaking country in my life. So basically, my all English is all my own doing. But I love languages. I'm a polyglot, and it just happens naturally. I guess I'm natural, very modest one. But I can.
You can sound like a Midwestern American.
Thank you
but
so
you can
much.
also sound like a Russian.
I have no idea what this means, but I guess it means that my accent is more or less good. Yay, I did it. I made it.
Well, but seriously, what is natural for you? Is it natural for you to say it with seemingly zero California accent, or is it more natural for you to say it with a slight Russian accent?
So I've been teaching languages for more than 20 years. And thing is, I guess I'm like a parrot, I'm mimicking, and it just comes natural in Japanese and Italian and other languages. So I can mimic it. I don't know how, but to speak with Russian accent, I have to not push myself. But the thing is, what most Russian-speaking people are struggling with when they're trying to conquer English, American pronunciation or British one. So when you speak like this, it means you are making zero effort. You just speak with your Russian heart, from the bottom of your heart. You speak English, but you do zero effort to try to make English sounds. That's it. So this is me speaking speaking in Russian, but with English words and English grammar. This is my natural. If I switch now into Russian, если я начну говорить по-русски, это будет звучать так, то есть похоже звучит на английский. So if I switch between Russian and English, sounds pretty much the same. But now I'm speaking. I'm not trying. I'm just speaking English, the one that's more natural for me, American one.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. So this one is more natural for you when you sound like an American.
Yeah, and I try I've started a YouTube channel and I've posted some of my previous from how we call it in Russian now, нельзя gram, like no gram, prohibited gram, Instagram. So yeah, I used to fake different, personalities. Like I would be like Natashka не Amerikashka, so like non-American Natasha, or I would perform as a Japanese person or an Italian person, and I would fake these accents. And I don't know, like I can speak in English with a Japanese accent, a little bit with Italian. So it's just, the more you listen, the easier to do it. You just have to understand how the articulation system of the original language works, and then it's easier to mimic it.
Okay. Well, I want us to get to the heart of tonight's live stream. That is, what is Russian Women's Day? But before we do, you're already starting to tell us the answer to my first question, which is, who are you, Natalia BRICS from Telegram?
I'm still trying to figure out YouTube, so I don't know yet how to change the channel, the name of the channel. So I had to go with with Telegram. So basically, I'm a person of many hats, and like I've been doing a lot of things in my life. And this past year, I've started working for BRICS. So I represent BRICS Leaders United, also BRICS Journalists Association. So my main task is to find amazing people, amazing projects in Russia and in BRICS countries that are already successfully solving some social issue. And, like we make it kind of like our social expert within BRICS countries. And this way, I'm from this team of people who don't just sit on the sofa and criticize government, etc., etc. Like, I understand that, for example, Russia is huge, right? There are some problems, as in any country, and I don't want to just sit and wait when government has time, to address some issues. So what I can do, what my friends can do, what we can reach out and try to make things better. That's what we are, how to say, focusing on. So this way we can unite amazing people and projects in BRICS countries, and not only in BRICS, and help our countries become better. Life in our countries become more safe, more secure, more healthy, and more fulfilled. So this is pretty much what I've been doing lately. So it's just short explanation of myself and how I found myself on this Russophile Congress.
Very good. Well, if we have time, I'll ask you some follow-ups. So guys, she's going to be with us for about 30 minutes, and then we'll have a new guest. So don't be shy. Get your questions out as soon as you can. I'm watching for them when they come through.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
This is for my first live stream on YouTube. Can you tell me, like, for example, now I'm looking into the camera. Should I look this way, or should I look to you? Because, like the eyes, I don't know, where should I look?
It's a good question, Natalia. It's good to look at the camera, but it's not the end of the world. And because we're sharing a screen, they can't really see where we're looking anyway, just to be honest with you.
In Russia, we have this phrase. It's called test na возраст, kind of like testing your age. Do you remember David Blaine?
Yeah.
So it should be like testing your age would be like, because he always used to, look from the corner of the camera. So yeah.
Right. So I put the wrong question up. It's not a question. It's haha. Okay, here we go. It's the comments are coming in so quick. I'm clicking the wrong one. So before you tell us what Russian Women's Day is, we have an audience question. Is Natalia based in Russia or in another country?
Try Natalia? To get, dear Karen. You see, this is as Russian as you can get. And you see, this is Russian carpet on the wall. Of course, I'm in Russia. Yes, I'm in Russia. Well, for now. But hopefully I'll be traveling more within BRICS countries, trying to bring us all together.
Very good. I like that. So then let's get to it, Natalie. Natalia. Is Natalie also a nickname of Natalia?
Don't even get me started. You know Russian names, I guess.
All right. So, darn it.
Natasha,
I'm getting you started. Don't let me get you started. So let's get to it. So Russian Women's Day. What is it?
You'd like an official version?
Yeah, I want the official, and then I want to know what you think.
Official version. Well, we kind of have like 2 days, like Men's Day and Women's Day. So Men's Day is 23rd of February, and Women's Day is 8th 8th of March.
Mhm.
But actually, the so-called like quote-unquote Men's Day is actually День защитника Отечества, the day of the defender of the motherland. So this is the day when we congratulate and celebrate all these amazing people who are serving the country and making Russia safe, right?
Mhm, mhm.
But it depends on the person. So some men, I know that there are men in my family whom I congratulate, and there are men in my family whom I don't congratulate because they never served, so they don't see this holiday as their own. But
So hold
overall,
on, is that your conviction or is that their conviction
it's
that they'd
it's
rather you not congratulate them?
it's theirs. So it
Okay, got it.
depends. Some men in Russia view this day as a man's day, quote unquote. Some men don't. Just, no, I'm never served. Like, I have nothing to do with military, so it's not my day to celebrate.
Mhm.
So as for the Women's Day, it is interesting. So officially, it is, yes, it is the Women's Day, and it is a government, how to say, official holiday. So we don't work this day. If this day happens to be on Saturday, for example, then the Friday before or next Monday will also be a day off. So it's like a state holiday. How do you say it in English?
Mhm.
State
Yeah,
holiday.
state holiday or federal holiday.
Yeah, and so it is widely celebrated like throughout the whole country. It doesn't matter if you live in European part of Russia or you live in like Asian part of Russia. It is like celebrated everywhere. For example, when I was many years ago when I went to school, we would also always have like boys who would buy us flowers, some small gifts, and they will like congratulate us all together and individually. So it was done like, it was not like you have to do this. They wanted to do this, and we did the same for them for the 23rd of February.
I'm
Now,
glad you said that because I've noticed that in my 2 years here, that on this day, you see men with flowers everywhere that they need to give to somebody, and you see women carrying flowers everywhere. And it's not just one woman. It's not just their wife or girlfriend. It's
no,
them.
no, no, no.
Well, it's their mom, sister, a teacher, let's say, if they're a student, and everybody.
Joseph, how good is your Russian?
It's pretty poor. I'm sorry to say. Я плохо понимаю по-русски.
Do you understand с наступающим?
No.
So ступать is to step.
Okay.
Ступать, step. Наступать is like, something is upcoming. So one of the most common congratulations in Russian is с наступающим, because pretty much throughout the whole year you can use it, because we love holidays, and there's always some kind of holiday, coming pretty soon. So for example, this day, maybe even a week before, I've already started saying to ladies, for example, at the coffee shop, at some service center, right? Like everyone I communicate with, like in the shop, after, for example, after paying, I will say like thank you, and also с наступающим, like happy upcoming. And they will always, no matter how moody they might be, they will, like, something miracle, transformation happens, and they go, oh, thank you. So
Right.
yes, it is widely, not wildly. Okay, it is
Widely.
not
Yeah.
like wild, but widely. It is widely celebrated and it's anticipated. But there is also a group of women who do not really appreciate this holiday this much, and I'm actually one of them.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. I just lost a bunch of people watching the live feed. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so you don't like the holiday. All right.
It's not like that I don't like it. I can explain myself.
Please, go ahead.
So the thing is, and actually I'm loving the question that's right now on the screen. But
Please, you squeeze that answer in wherever you can.
So you see, we're in Russia. Here in Russia, family is freaking important. Yes, we have traditional I'm not supposed to say this on YouTube. Okay.
You
We
can talk
love
about traditional family values, please say
That's
it.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, you can.
Sorry.
This is what you can say: traditional family values or anti-traditional family values. Those are the
Okay.
code words.
Okay. So here we're all for, traditional values. Like we're not against certain people and their choices. We just, like everyone should be respectful. That's it. So
Mhm,
the majority of us is like we really love traditional values. So
mhm,
as a traditional woman, I love and respect my man on the daily basis, and I like to, for example, to express my respect and gratitude and my appreciation of him as the man of my life every day. And I don't want to like just one day a year to, oh yes, you're the man, let's go,
mhm.
like let's give you some presents. It's different for the military people, because yes, one day like your holiday, okay. So vice versa, for me as a woman, I would like to be, appreciated every day, not just one day a year. It's kind of like the same day, same thing with birthday for me. So I usually keep it really like a low profile, and
Mhm.
really many how to say, really few people know when my birthday is, because like I don't like this, in Russian called дежурный, when you do something just to check off the box. When you congratulate someone because you got some notification on Facebook or somewhere else that this person has some birthday or some holiday, right? So for this reason, one of the reasons why I don't really appreciate the 8th of March. Another thing is, I like looked into the history of this holiday, and there are lots of controversies. Sorry for my
You could say
English.
controversies, sure. I think, or there are lots of controversies. Is what I
Controversies.
would say.
Sometimes I cannot pronounce English words.
No, I
So,
don't think you're wrong.
do you know like the history of this holiday, how it happened? Because it's not Russian one; it's an international one.
Well, that's one of the things I wanted to try to address with you is that we're calling it for this video a Russian holiday, but I'm under the impression it's an international holiday. And I also sort of know how you feel. Like if it's a holiday for Victory Day, let's say, I
Mm-hmm.
that means more to me because it's a day that is being celebrated because of a specific thing that happened. But if it's just a day that the world or a government picked on a calendar, on this day we're gonna talk about this, we're gonna celebrate this. It doesn't have as much meaning, in my opinion. I'm not down on it, you know, any excuse to party, but like you said, um, we should be doing that every day anyway, if it's that important that we're gonna declare it a federal holiday. But anyway, go ahead. Tell us the controversy.
Oops. Do you have kids here listening? So
No, no, but
I, w-
say
I
it as
will.
if I do.
Yes, I, I shall do. So there are several versions of how this holiday even came to be.
Mhm,
And yes, it is like internationally, it is recognized as I don't know, maybe like Women's Day, but in the sense of more like feminism, like
mhm,
women fighting for their rights. And as far as I know,
mm.
in for example, I'm not sure, but like maybe in Canada, in France, and like other countries in Western world, this day like women go out and like either protest or do something like this. Like in Russian, we say
Oh,
"качать права," like we demand. And
very interesting. So it's a feminism push, perhaps.
yeah, so like I'm
Huh.
all for is this the word femininity, like being feminine?
Uh-huh.
I'm all for femininity, but I'm not really a fan of feminism,
Right. I
especially in
understand.
Russia.
So then how long has this been a holiday for Russia?
It's been since the beginning of the Soviet Union. I don't remember, is it maybe 1927 or 1932, something like this.
Okay.
And
Well, I guess that could be. Yeah. All right. Makes sense.
it's like one of the reasons actually why feminism is not that popular in Russia. The thing is that in Russian, again, we say "страна победившего феминизма." So we
Uh-huh.
kind of represent a country that has a long history, like almost a century-long history of, well, we can say that where feminism actually won, because I don't like, was it right away or a couple years into the Soviet Union? But Soviets, they equalized everyone, like men, women. We had equal rights. Everyone could
Right.
vote. Everyone could, like go work. We had pretty much more or less the same salary. Women could. There was so many women bosses, so to speak, in the Soviet time, and so we've had this for about for around 100 years or so, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
why for us, when they come, nowadays they try to pull on, how to say, to push this agenda on us, like we don't really understand. It's like, okay, but we've had this for about a century. So that's why, like, again, in Russia, it's not viewed as a feminist day. Actually, as far as I know, many feminists, they dislike the 8th of March, because again they are fighting for women's rights. And in Russia, the 8th of March is actually more like a day of a woman, like to celebrate a woman, to appreciate a woman, right? So it's interesting that in the world they are, like protesting, trying to fight for their rights, when in Russia it's totally the opposite.
Right. That is interesting because growing up in America, I don't really remember this holiday happening my whole life. I don't think we really celebrated it that much. In the past 10 years, I saw advertising for it, and Women's Day, give the lady a flower type of thing, but it was never really a big deal in my memory. For America, it was Mother's Day and Valentine's Day. And it's funny because when I moved here, I did a Valentine's Day episode for the show, and it wasn't super popular. I mean, it was a good show, but I had like 90% Russian following at the time, and they're like not into Valentine's Day as much over here. So I should have called it Women's Day video instead.
About the women's the Valentines, again, I like looking into the history of holidays.
Uh-huh.
And like, if you look into the history of Saint Valentine, like, if you, like, people who believe in Bible and all this thing, like, his love story was not necessarily the most happy one. So
Uh-oh.
it again, it's odd to celebrate like love
Mhm.
uh, at the day that is dedicated to a saint that who actually was really unhappy with love. So
Hmm.
it's also controversial. Another thing, for example, I'm a Japanologist, so my
This is
special.
becoming a depressing podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
So for example, I speak Japanese. I've studied Japanese for most of my life, and
Hmm.
in Japan they have interesting tradition with the Saint Valentine's, because they
Hmm.
have 2 days. Um, like, it's been a while, so I might confuse something, but they have February 14th, and also, like, I think March 14th, and
Hmm.
on February 14th, on Saint Valentine, it's girls that like a girl that likes a guy would make a present for him, and then if this guy likes her back, he will congratulate her on Hawaii Day. It's like White Day, 1 month later, on March 14th, I guess. So
Huh. Very
you know,
interesting. That's kind of
different
cute,
countries.
actually. Well, what do you do for Women's Day? Do you do anything, or do you just try to avoid it?
I actually keep forgetting about it. For example, it really messed up with my plans, because it's Friday today, and I was
Uh-huh.
like, okay, so I'm working on this BRICS project. So also working now on inviting on this project called Discovering True BRICS Without Stereotypes. So we invite journalists or bloggers or some, media people from BRICS countries, and they
Mhm.
travel around Russia, and they can show to their audience what Russia is really like. Because if we show it, it's propaganda, right? And so if people from these countries come, they have their following. So like it's more likely that their audience will actually finally believe that it's not only Moscow that is civilized, that we're not dying here out of sanctions and all. So yeah, and I was really busy. Like I have a lot of things to do, and every working day, business day, is important for me. And I had so many plans for today, for Friday, and then somebody told me, no, it's a day off. Like, why? It's Friday. It's March 18th, 8th, and what? And like, oh, jeez. Oh, okay.
Well, but don't you have male family members in your life that are going to give you flowers whether you like it or not?
They know my. So, one more tiny little thing about the history of this holiday. Uh, like throughout the history in the
Mhm.
18th century, and also I think in the 90s. Wait,
Mhm.
not 19th century and the beginning of 20th century. I think both in France, but for sure in the States, there were a couple of demonstrations where uh, women who as we call them in Russia, ночные бабочки. Do you call them the same in English, like night butterflies? Some women that make some men's time enjoyable.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. All right.
and
So, working
yeah,
ladies, like
yeah,
inappropriate stuff. Gotcha.
yes. So these women, they were working for some sailors, and sailors they didn't get their salary on time, in time, and so these women went onto demonstration, not for their rights, but like, please pay the sailors, we want to be paid. And
Mhm,
this
mhm.
the same problem happens, I think it was both in France, in America, maybe somewhere else. So when they had like, some ladies did it, and then other, like it wasn't just once, it happened maybe, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, different years, different countries. So again, it was again on this day. So,
Hmm.
and that's why I say it's controversial. So if I were to be celebrated as a woman, I would prefer, not this kind of memorable day. But again, in Russia it's pretty
Okay.
good.
All right, I gotcha. Well, guys, we're going to end up saying goodbye to Natalie in about 2 minutes. If and so I want to get to some of these questions. If you're enjoying her and you want more of her, we were in an episode together on this channel that posted about 6 days from when this is ago, from when this posted. So just look back about a week from this posting. And also, I'm going to put her contact information in the description if you guys want to reach out to her for anything. But answer this question for us if you can. How can we invest in BRICS?
So, interesting question, because in these days you have to be careful, with international interactions, especially
Hmm.
money, that has to do with money. But how you guys can actually be helpful. In BRICS, we don't look only into BRICS countries, right? It's 10 countries, and also there is a list of 19 countries that want to, be part of BRICS. And we are actually open to any country. As we say in Russia, there are no unfriendly countries. There are friendly people everywhere. We love every country, and the time will tell who was right. Okay, so how you can help? You can contact me on Telegram, and this at Mark Natalia BRICS, and if you have any suggestions, like amazing people, amazing projects that do actually solve some kind of important issue in your country, doesn't have to be BRICS, please give me your recommendations, because we are open to collaborations. And we call it the principle alpinist, like a person who climbs the mountains, because
Mm-hmm.
when we all have our different resources, different experiences, and when I succeeded in something, I can help succeed another project, and then we'll help another. So all together, we can actually make the situation in the world better much faster.
Great. Well, last question is on the screen. In Poland, how do they treat this holiday?
No idea, because I was born in Poland. I lived there for a couple of years, and then we moved back to Russia. I'm a Soviet kid.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, for Poland, maybe not for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All righty. Well, Natalia, thank you so much. I had a great time making the video with you last week. This was fun as well, and maybe we'll do something again in the future. And guys, please reach out to her. You can contact her below.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, everyone. You're amazing. Please subscribe to Joseph. Maybe subscribe to me. Like, comment, and all the stuff. Mwah. From Russia, love.
Thank you. Okay, guys, I hope you're ready for our next guest, who you may or may not recognize. Hopefully, you're a faithful watcher of this channel and you have liked and subscribed, and you'll already recognize this woman. And here she is. Anna, if you can, see if can you turn it so we can see you better?
Okay. Now it's better.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. That way your face is a little bit bigger.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
So now good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're great. You look good. Good to see you again.
Me too.
So
I'm writing here, Anna Global Travel.
So tell us, Anna Global Travel, who are you? For those who don't know.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Anna. Anna Global Travel is the name of my channel. I'm a teacher of Russian language as a foreign language, so I teach foreigners Russian language, and also I guide people in Moscow, and on my channel share all tips about Russia, how to find job here. Also, I provide invitations letter if you want to get business visa or travel visa or student visa. So any travel or learning language support I provide.
Right. And an interesting video for Westerners that Anna and I did on this channel. You can look it up. It's called "Can Russians Speak English?" Which would be good to know if you're thinking about perhaps moving here one day. So Anna, tell us, what is Russian Women's Day in your opinion?
So I was watching a little bit previous girl, and also I just watched the last 10 minutes, and maybe I am not 100% like she about this position about Women's Day, but also my opinion not typical. From one side, I like this day. From second side, I don't like. And I can tell what I like. Of course,
yeah.
I like if someone.
Like.
Of course, I like as everyone gifts, right? And like, for example, today my father gifted me money to my bank cards, and I said, okay, I like this day now. So yes, if someone give me flowers and say something good about me, of course I like it. But why I don't like, because I don't like if we speak about Russia, I can tell about all world because I don't know what is going on in all world with this day. But in Russia, I don't like is that because men do it only one day, means like we have 365 days in a year, and 364 days no one care about women, and only one day per year men care about women. So that's why I don't like, because it's why it's like this, why men don't care about women. Some men, of course, like for example, I use metro, and every day no one helped me in metro, no one carry my bag, no one give me a place in metro, but only one day Men say, okay, please go, please have a seat. How can I help you? Only one day. So it means I
Wow,
feel
that is
woman,
very
like I'm a woman.
interesting. Very interesting. Hey guys,
Yeah,
don't be
so that's
shy.
why,
Send us some questions because she's going to be on for about 30 minutes. So you got to be
yeah,
quick so I have time to get to them. So are you saying, Anna, that because you live in Moscow, right? And you're saying that on this day,
right, yes.
general men just on the street, they're going to be super polite to you, but not on this day. They're not really going to notice you. Is that fair to say? Is that what you think?
Yes. Yes. What I want to say is that only one day they're polite with me, but other days they don't polite, and also sometimes I can be rude and say, why you're going here? So that's why I think I don't like it.
Sorry about that, Anna.
So, and what yes, and also I don't like is the history about I don't know if someone knows that how women's position changed during the year after during Soviet Union time and after. As we know, till Soviet Union time, till 1917, till revolution, woman in a family, she didn't work, right? And she was caring about kids, and man, he was working. And also we can, if we see, I'm a teacher of Russian language, so I can say that in Russian language, if you see all titles of professions, they will be masculine gender. We don't have female gender. We have female gender just last few years. How, for example, to say teacher, also in my documents, I'm a teacher, but it's written male title, not woman. It means that women have never been working, right? During Soviet Union time, women started to work and government care about kids and how looked typical family, like woman is working, man is working, and government care about kids. It was free, like kindergarten and so on. But when Soviet Union crashed, what happened? Man still is working, woman still is working. Plus, women care about kids. So women got kids, and government don't support kids. Means that if you want, okay, you must pay. You must pay for kindergarten. You must pay if you need the nurse, babysitter, and of course, woman is doing all this stuff. So woman in Russia, I can't say about all girls. I say only about Russia. Woman here working, caring, cooking, cleaning, care about kids, having baby, checking homework from kids. Men do nothing. Men only working and drink beer in a bar. That's it. And Happy Women's Day, what does it mean? That man is saying to the woman, thank you, dear. Thank you that you care about me. Thank you that you are working like a horse. Okay, one day you can have rest. So it's like this. Yeah.
Now, but from what I understand, because I've been here for 2 years, there are lots of government programs now, like women of multiple children, for instance. So would you say that there are more government programs that are helping women as time goes by?
It's not actually helping. It's helping a little bit. It's not as if we compare with Soviet Union time. Not like this. Yes, some small help, but women still must do so much job. So I don't know. Maybe that's why I am not married and I don't have kids, because actually I don't know how can I work and care about kids, because I know that my husband will not help me. If I marry in Russia, of course. If I marry not with Russian man, maybe it will be different. But Russian men never help with kids.
Well, tell us, if everything is right with the world and it's Women's Day, what is supposed to happen on this day? Like, what does this holiday mean? If you're a Westerner and you don't celebrate it and you're not really familiar with it in Russia, what's the general idea of Women's Day as a holiday?
General idea is, as I know, it's equal rules between men and women, because We all know, yes, that in past women couldn't go to election, right, to choose president, for example. Women couldn't work. So from this side, I really like this day because I'm not a house oriented girl, so I don't say that it's bad if some girls like cooking and care about house. Welcome. I don't like. I'm very business girl. I do business. I'm crazy about business. So that's why I'm happy, and thank you to Clara Zetkin. Thank you. Thanks a lot to Clara Zetkin. Thanks a lot to all women in past who did so much effort for us, for girls, that now we have more freedom. We can, because as you all know, in past, women couldn't survive without husband. Why all women wanted to be married? Because without husband, you will die. You couldn't, how you can buy food? Where do you live, right? So, and women, they were living with, so first father care about girl, then husband. And I'm so happy that I don't need husband, that I can, I'm very happy being alone, being unmarried. I'm very happy about it because I don't need husband to be myself. So if I want to buy something, I go to work, I earn money, I open my business, I have 2 businesses, so I'm a very successful girl, and I don't need man for this. So thank you for everyone who did this day.
So, Anna,
guys, please write your
under the
questions.
impression that I like your honesty. I'm under the impression that men buy flowers and perhaps little gifts for all the women in their life, their mother, their daughter, their wife, someone they work closely with. Is this correct?
Right, yes, correct. Yeah, so in this day,
is that pretty much it?
So you're asking, yes, so our tradition is that men buy gifts to all girls, like grandmother, mother, all for all women. And also we have tradition that started from our school. I think Russia is only maybe one country in the world which has a gender holiday. We have 23 February, it's Men's Day. And also history is that it started that the day of Red Army, but now it's day not only for Red Army. Now we celebrate all men. Also, if the men have never been in army, we also celebrate this
day, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right.
I speak about this. So, and 23 February it's Men's Day, and we congratulate. Yeah. We congratulate all men, and 8 March we congratulate all women. And started from school, like how it was like when I was at school. I remember teacher asked boys whom you want to congratulate, and boys choose girls whom they like, and they buy gifts. And we girls buy gifts for men for their day.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Very good. So, do you think this holiday is different for, let's say, a married woman versus a single woman, or is it just the same?
It depends. It depends. For example, I'm not typical Russian woman because I'm very happy to be single. I am enjoy. But unfortunately, most of girls who is not married, they not happy. And I saw in the metro yesterday so many girls, they were crying. And today I was walking, I saw crying girls. I really don't understand these girls. I think you must enjoy life anyway. You have husband. Okay, I don't say that being married is not good. It's good. If I have husband, I'm happy. If I don't have husband, I'm still happy. So enjoy your life. We have advantages and disadvantages with being married and with being not married. All married people understand me. Everyone knows what advantages and disadvantages, and all single people understand me, I'm sure. But unfortunately, most of Russian girls, they're not happy if they are not married, because it's not easy to be strong, because I'm really strong girl, so I can survive without men. Most of girls can't survive, unfortunately, and that's why they cry in this day.
So you have found your inner peace. And if you're a girl crying on the metro, you have not. Is that the idea? Oh, very good.
The
So,
girl
Anna,
crying means she's upset because, yeah.
So you have spent your whole life in Moscow, or are you from somewhere else?
Do you mean when I was born?
Yeah. Are you from Moscow originally?
Yes, I'm from Moscow. But how to say? My parents from Moscow, but my parents traveled a lot when they were young, and I was born in, if you know, Petropavlovsk, Kamchatsky city. It's far east of Moscow, near with Japan Island. So if we see the Russia map of Russia, so the west, Moscow is on the west, and Kamchatka is on the east, near with Japan, Vladivostok city. So I was born on Kamchatka, but from 5 years old, I came to Moscow, and all my life, I'm living here.
Right. Okay, cool. So you like Moscow?
Yes, city of no, how to say, also advantages and disadvantages, pluses and minuses. If we speak about business opportunities, yes, Moscow is the best. It's very good for your business, for studying, but for living, life is very busy. So I really tired sometimes and need some more peaceful place.
Have
So
you
Moscow is not peaceful place. Very.
Have you traveled to other places that you think might be more advantageous than Moscow?
In Russia, no, you can live only in Moscow. Unfortunately, other Russian cities are not good for living. Maybe for having a short holiday, yes. Like go to some also far east of Moscow, Russia, very beautiful, Sochi, Kazan city, St. Petersburg, a lot of awesome Siberia places, but comfortable life only in Moscow can be.
So, but what about St. Petersburg?
If we compare Moscow is always better. St. Petersburg not so bad like other cities. So it's like first place Moscow, second place St. Petersburg, but also not so comfortable. Only Moscow comfortable. Yeah. If we compare, I mean, infrastructure, job opportunities, and other benefits. So only Moscow.
So what are the disadvantages in St. Petersburg that a Westerner might want to be aware of, in your opinion?
St. Petersburg. So St. Petersburg is a tiny city, so very small, and a lot of. So it means that less opportunities in the city, the less opportunities for jobs, and the salary is very less than in Moscow. We have less business partners because most of businesses we have in Moscow. So if someone is interested about business, Moscow will be better, and also less opportunities. For example, if you need to get, I don't know, some visa, or you need to prepare some documents, so all roads to Moscow. So we'll always go to Moscow to do these things. And I don't know, level of life, like in Moscow, everything working 24 hours. Like if you need something for your clothes, to buy your clothes, to clean your clothes, to buy some food, to take a taxi, and so on. 24 hours in Moscow. In St. Petersburg, not. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, because I grew up
And
in a small
it's very
town
boring
in
city.
small
St.
town
Petersburg is
Florida,
interesting. Yeah, it's boring.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you like New York City style living, and you get that in Moscow. So if that's what you want to live in Moscow. But things still function in other cities in Russia, in my opinion. It's just
so yes, it depends. Depends on you what you want. Yes.
Right. Have you been to any cities or countries other than Russia that you think are a good place or a comparable place?
No, as I said, for travel, yes, but for living, I don't think that maybe I don't know, but for now, I can say that some city can be only Moscow, as I can say, comfortable.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Anna, where can
Other
people
cities will be
find
not
you?
comfortable. Some Mhm. When people can find me.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, because sometimes internet connection is stopping.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
So
The internet
you
connection's
can
bad with
write
it.
on. Yeah, so you can see my name, Anna Global Travel. You can go to my YouTube channel, watch my videos, and also you will see I have the same email, annaglobaltravel@gmail.com. All contacts if some of you needs to learn Russian language, or if you need any travel support here. Also, like last week, I was working like an interpreter, Chinese businessmen. They came to Moscow and they helped with the language. So I translated from English to Russian. And so they were showing their products during the exhibition. So it was very hard. From 9 till 6 working, translating was hard. So also I can help with your exhibition if you need to show your business. So I also can help with business cards to organizing your exhibition in Moscow. So welcome.
Wow, fantastic, fantastic. All right. Well, I bought
Yeah,
my
very multitasking girl.
I bought my daughter, who lives here in Russia with me, candies for Women's Day, even though she's not Slavic. So it sounds like I did the right thing. And I got some stuff for my wife as well. But Anna, thank you so much
Yeah.
for joining us tonight.
Joseph, sorry, can I ask you a question? What is your opinion
Please.
about this day? How about your wife? Yes, and your daughter, do you congratulate them? What do you think about 8 March?
Yeah, I congratulate them and I give the gifts. And I think that this type of holiday is a good excuse to do something fun and to remind people that they should be nice. But hopefully it's just a way to remind people that they should be like this every day. And I was telling my last guest that a holiday like, let's say, Victory Day, for example, has more meaning to me because it's based off of something that actually happened. It's not just a date that was stuck on a calendar. We're going to do this for everyone this day, if that makes sense.
Yeah, right.
Well, Anna, thank you so much for
So
coming
thank
out tonight.
you for inviting me. Thank
You got it.
you. Thank you.
Have a nice night.
I hope to see you soon.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Bye.
Okay, guys, so we're going to be moving on to our third guest this evening for Russian Women's Day, and she is here just in time. Did you know that it would be her? This, in case you don't know, is my lovely wife, Svetlana, my Russian wife, my Slavic wife.
Yes.
And
I like to say.
I want to, well, it's important that I say it now because it's a Russian holiday. And so it's a time for men to celebrate women. In Russia, that would be Slavic women, but not necessarily. My daughter's not Slavic, and she's here, and she got white chocolate candies from me. And now, darling, for you, it's her favorite,
it's
guys.
My favorite candies, yeah. Спасибо.
And that's not all.
No, that's not all. Oh my gosh. So beautiful.
Guys.
Thank you.
No, honey. Спасибо. You smell nice. You look nice. My beautiful Russian bride. So, darling,
thank you.
Say hi to the subscribers.
Hi, subscribers. I'm glad to see you, and some of you hear you.
Someone said that my wife doesn't count. She's Slavic, man. We're in Russia. I want to know her opinion on what is Russian Women's Day. Oh, Maxim, iди сюда, обними. And this is our latest offspring, number 5. He wants to say hi to his mom. So not only is she a Russian woman, she's a Russian woman mother. So guys, don't forget to like and subscribe if you aren't already. Her and I like to make 10 to 30-minute YouTube dramedies showing regular people what life is like on the street in Moscow and in other parts of Russia. But Sveta, the topic of tonight, what is Russian Women's Day? Tell us, what is it?
What is it? Again, I guess everyone has their own meaning and understanding of this holiday. Right now, I think it started in the history, like back in the history, but now I think it's just a nice tradition. It's really cute. It's just to see all these women who smile all over the city and have these flowers, like my husband gave me, not necessarily this one, but flowers. And I feel actually kind of sorry for the man, because I always look at them and I think, oh my gosh, poor man, they have to give everyone a flower. You know, it's burden. It's also for someone it's expensive just to give it to everyone. But we really appreciate you, man, that you do it for us, because it's, you know, one day of kind of feel special.
You hear that, guys? My wife appreciates you. So I am an American from America, believe it or not. And in America, like I said about an hour ago, we have Mother's Day, we have Valentine's Day, as far as holidays that are more geared towards encouraging the ladies. And it's only been in recent years that I remember Women's Day becoming this thing that the new global elites are telling us, put it on your calendar, and if you don't, we're going to put it on the calendar automatically anyway, your electronic tablet. But today is International Women's Day, in case you didn't know. So in my memory, it's only been about 10 years, and it's not that big of a deal yet in America. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been gone for 2 years. But so for you, you're saying that you've spent your whole life with this holiday.
Yes, it's definitely
Offspring number 4. Give me 5, son.
And also, I think if you have to get mom flowers, but mom need to give you clothes.
All right, okay, but not on this day.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. For my birthday
Yeah.
and for Men's Day.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks for coming, and get your brother out of here if you can. But I don't want him to scream and cry.
Okay.
So, guys, now's a good time for me to remind you to click like and subscribe as Christoph yanks Maxime out of the room. That was not planned, by the way. Christoph just felt inspired to come and tell us this, in case you did not know. Darling?
So that's actually how my Women's Day started today. I had very mixed feelings, because I was thinking, okay, that's, you know, Women's Day. I'm going to rest and, you know, take a sleep, you know, like not get up so early. At 7:30, my 2 boys woke me up with a plate of, you know, a cup of tea with some little present, and I just had mixed feelings. I was like, okay, I'm not happy because I want to sleep. I'm so tired, but they're my kids. They wanted to surprise me. You know, this. I was like, I'm tired. Yeah, thank you so much, boys. So, but you know, these mixed feelings, like you are a woman, you are the mom. They give you the present, but you're tired.
We have a good subscriber that has given us a question, and I appreciate you, Simon.
Can you read the
Svetlana, did Joseph cook a holiday meal for you today?
Not today, but he likes to cook, and I appreciate it. He is, you know, a wonderful husband who likes to cook and help with children.
Honey, you're so kind. But I did take you to lunch.
Oh, yeah.
An Italian restaurant, guys. So in
Yeah,
case you're a
appreciate
Westerner and
it.
you're wondering, Moscow's an international place. Just like New York, you might say. But in my opinion, a little bit cleaner. No offense to New York.
Maxim says he wants a present too. He's
He
confused.
does?
No, Максюшечка, это женский день.
Well, I don't have anything for him. Do you want this?
Вот это? Это можно
It's
поиграть.
not a toy. Sorry.
Это не это, Алекс.
So, honey,
Wait.
you're an important person to talk to. Seriously. Not only are you my wife and you have experience on camera because of this show, but you were born in Russia and you lived in America for almost a decade. So, what is your opinion of Women's Day in America?
Women's Day in America? Wait, do you have Women's Day in America?
See, there you go, guys. You just made my point.
As I remember, all these 9 years, we were celebrating Russian 8th of March, and we went to different, Russian community parties where we were celebrating, bringing some salads, like having a feast, congratulated each other. That's what I remember from living in America. I don't remember the Women's Day. Valentine's Day is a big deal.
So you feel like Valentine's Day takes the place of Women's Day?
Well, you also have Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So those two kind of
Those
split
two,
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so your memory is my memory. Okay, next question. Sveta, I like this. This is like the best question I've ever gotten. Is Joe, well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's going to be the worst. Is Joe considered a golden husband?
Oh, definitely. For me, he's a golden husband, for sure.
Very good. All right. You don't want to elaborate on that. That's it? It's that easy of an answer? Okay, cool. So then my next question for you, honey, is tell us how is this day in general for women?
Well, for women, every woman is supposed to rest on this day and do nothing. It's kind of like your birthday, but for every woman, it's her birthday.
Okay.
It's nice. Like my cousin told me today, and she said, "Oh, I made holidays. Come to celebrate. Let's just chill." So it's kind of like a family day when people,
That's the meat jello, right?
Meat jello, yeah. Something you don't like.
You can see that. You can see me try that in our New Year's video. That's a good chance to plug shows on this channel.
Yeah, and some people feel like, well, what is this day about? What's the holiday? But I think now it's just a nice tradition. It's like in America, you can't switch from Fahrenheit system to the matrix because for people, it's like a nice tradition.
To Celsius.
To Celsius, yes. Okay. And the matrix also.
Oh,
the
metric. Yes,
metric.
Sorry,
matrix, not matrix.
Yeah, I was thinking
Keanu
Reeves for a second.
No, the movie. Yeah. So, but you know what I mean? Like people understand that this system is around the world. It's easy. It's kind of, we all use it. But Americans, for some reason, they just adjusted to this system and they don't want to switch. Yeah, it's just the first comparison came to my mind that for Women's Day, it's the same. It's like, yeah, it's interesting. It's like all women, but we kind of adjusted to this day. And I think it always will be in Russia, Women's Day.
Right.
It's just a nice, tradition.
So it's been integrated into the culture. There's no taking it away. Even if someone wants to intellectually argue against it, it's over. Because the metric system, you're right. I mean, I was young, but I was told like in the 70s, they tried to get Americans to switch.
Yeah, that's what you told me, yeah.
And Americans were rebellious to it on purpose. They just didn't want to just because they were told they should. And in that way, Americans can sometimes be a little bit like Russians, right? Right. A little bit stubborn.
Right. Yeah, it's just a nice tradition. We've been living with this holiday for so many years.
Right. So men are nicer to you on the street, and men in your life give you flowers and small gifts.
Yeah.
And you don't have to work, but no one has to work.
No one has to work, but I mean, women are not supposed to do anything on that day. They have to be like princesses, like queens. Like you need to take care of them. Ideally.
So should I have made you dinner?
You can.
I can? I guess. We haven't had dinner yet. We'll be making dinner tonight, guys. So then my next question, if you guys don't send any, I can ask her questions all night, but go ahead. Don't be shy. Ask some questions if you like. How is this day different for, let's say, a minor female, a single woman, a married woman? for example?
How it is different? Well, this day, because it is a tradition, it is celebrated even in the young age. Like we went to Maxim's party, Maxim's show in the kindergarten. It was so cute. I was crying.
Our
because-
5-year-old, child number
yeah,
5.
so they like made a special show, and they were like saying poems to their moms, and they were dancing. They were like showing us like a little, play. It was nice. And at school, Christoph had also some kind of party where they were giving compliments to the girls. And the teacher said, well, if you don't have a compliment, I will take 5 points out of you. And I asked Christoph, and did you say the compliment? I said, no, I didn't know what to say.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So, but that is cool. The teacher's
Yeah.
encouraging
Yeah.
this type of culture to be polite to.
So, and they had a party, they were drinking tea, they were dancing, they were doing some arm wrestling. It was like a holiday, and they were giving something to the girls, like little cards and compliments.
Okay, so that's minor females. What about
Yeah,
single women?
Single women. So they also celebrated. People. That's why I said I feel sorry for men, because
Mhm.
almost all the men in the offices, they're supposed to give something to their women, like flowers or little presents, or give them a special treat, like lunch or something.
Mhm,
It's kind of tradition.
mhm.
It has to happen.
So before you talk to us about married women, someone wants to know, can't you find a babysitter?
Can I find a babysitter? Oh, I wasn't even planning to be really in this show today. It was kind of not very expectedly, but I could have. Yeah.
Should we get a babysitter? Do you care? Haven't my children improved the quality of this podcast? Come on, guys. I know most of you agree with me. This is fun. But seriously, we rarely get babysitters because we have adult children that can take care of them for free. No, but also we do like to spend time with our family. We like to spend time with our kids. And this is a family show. We don't always have kids on the show, but maybe, what is it, like half the time, guys, we have kids on the show? So there we go. All right. So what is this day like for married women, Sveta?
Married women? Well, I don't see the huge difference in between single women and married women at that specific day. But if you're a mom or a grandmom, your children or grandchildren usually will go to your house with the flowers, food, or presents, and celebrate it with you. It's kind of like something like your birthday, like I said, or Christmas and Thanksgiving, some kind of like a mixture of these 3 holidays. If I can compare, like you like to compare things.
Right.
What it is in America, what it is in Russia. I'm just teasing you.
Yeah, I do like to compare. It's my favorite. It's my job. All right, very good. So so I guess you've kind of already said how this day is for men. They need to be.
Men,
Go ahead.
yeah. I feel bad for men.
You're too polite. You're like a golden wife.
Seriously, I used to work in the flower industry.
Oh, that's an
and
interesting story. Tell that story.
So I will tell you, this day for this business, it can be the day of fortune, where they can kind of chill the entire year, the whole year, or they can lose everything. That's how, one day is so important for this flower business. And I remember all this hassle before this day, like 2 weeks before. It's like so many orders. It's like extra playing of flowers, because that's a tradition to give a flower. So it's really kind of, that's why I maybe have this feeling like, poor man, they have to buy all these flowers on that day, and they are like 2 times more expensive because there is a demand on that day.
So you're thinking of it as a business person.
Well, because I had this experience, working for the flower company. But well, I think it's a nice holiday. It's a nice tradition, in my opinion.
So next question is for me. Joseph, what was your impression of the first winter in Russia? So my first winter in Russia was to come see a female that was not even my girlfriend, and that was her. But it was November. It was actually Thanksgiving. And they don't have Thanksgiving here, by the way, guys, in case you didn't know. But it was cold-ish, but it wasn't crazy. I don't think there was any snow for that trip. just because there just happened to not be snow. You know, in November you could have snow, you could not have snow. Right, darling?
Right. In that November was warm enough, so there was no snow.
And then I guess I came again, not the following February, but the one after that. So like, what was that like?
When you were walking on the river Neva?
Yes. So
in
it was St.
St.
Petersburg, and in
It
St.
was minus
Petersburg,
23.
the river that runs to the city, the Neva, it was so cold it had iced over, and I walked out onto the ice, and it was like all icebergs and crunchy. And after I did it, I thought that was stupid. I shouldn't have done that. So don't do that,
You
guys.
probably shouldn't have done
It seemed very, very solid, and I guess it was solid enough because I didn't die. But had the ice tipped and swallowed me up, that would have been it. So, but yeah, so that time there was snow everywhere, and you know, in Moscow and St. Petersburg, and I loved it. I thought it was great. And I'm from Florida. But the city that I'm from, Tallahassee, it is very, very humid. So the air is very, very wet. So when it's hot, it is incredibly hot. And when it's cold, it feels very, very cold. So there are times when you're in Tallahassee in winter where it can feel just as cold as Moscow, I would say. What do you think, honey?
Yeah, I would say so. But in Florida, you don't have clothes. It's even kind of like colder because you know, you have a light jacket, and when it's cold you think, well, why should I buy this heavy jacket? But it's cold,
right? And the clothes are just in general thinner because you don't need them to be thicker, and on top of that, the heating system is not as fantastic because it doesn't need to be as fantastic. So in Moscow we have air conditioning units in this rented flat, but we turn them on for like 3 weeks out of the year. And Gloria, who commented before, she said Ireland is very, very wet. Yes, I have that impression that Ireland is very, very wet. So guys, if you have any questions, send them soon, and because I'm going to be hanging up soon. This has been a fun time. Before I go though, Sveta, tell us, who are you?
Well, I'm apparently your wife. Also, it's hard to say exactly who I am. So first of all, I'm his wife, and I'm a mom of 5. I'm a Christian. I am a Russian who was living in America for almost 10 years. I'm a psychologist. I'm now working and helping people to immigrate to Russia. I'm helping my husband with a lot of things. So this is pretty much who I am.
Awesome. Someone said, Happy Women's Day, dear Svetlana. I guess I don't need to say someone. It says it right there. You can all read it. Max Carter. Thank you, Max, for wishing my wife a happy Mother's Day, Women's Day. Thanks, Christoph, for saying hi some more. So guys, if it's your first time watching, yeah, we moved here 8 days before the special military operation to Moscow. We're a blended family. This is child number 4 and child number 5 over there. And we like to make interesting, funny, exciting 10 to 30 minute episodes that we edit together of us out on the street in Russia in English, because we want to show the West that Russia is a normal place. It's on our heart, because that's enough thumbs up, guys. Come on. See, Christophe's trying to tell you to like and subscribe, but there's a limit to how much of this you want, right? Nelly said, please, more thumbs up. But seriously, the Cold War has begun again, and it's a dangerous time, and our kids live on this planet, and don't touch that board, you're shaking the camera, Max. And we want to do our part to try and create peace, and then we think if more people watch this show and watch this channel and other channels like it, you know, on YouTube and otherwise, that it's going to help. I don't know how that people in the West that have power, that are against this country that we're living in, would continue to keep things the way they are if they saw shows like this and they saw that it's normal people having a normal time. And so that's what we do. So like, subscribe. There are donation links below if you want to give donation links. I have a new episode coming out tomorrow that I think might be a little bit controversial. Our first guest, who you may have missed, you can rewind and watch her, and our middle guest as well. And they also have episodes on this channel. I'll put them in the links below, and maybe they'll be in boxes on the screen here. And Enough, all right? You're breaking my concentration here, kid. I can't edit this out. It's live. But Sveta also helps people immigrate. So if you are someone who thinks they might want to move to Russia because they like the traditional family values that they see on our channel and in other places, you know, send her an email. She'll give you advice for free, or you can pay her $100 if you want her to research your situation, or you can pay her a lot more if you want her to meet you at the airport and get you a place to live. So that's us. And I hope you guys, if you're a woman, happy Women's Day. If you're a guy, go make dinner for her. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Say goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Христос.